Hey from New York City, I'm Nadia. This is The Rundown, where I like to give you a little bit of culture, a little bit of entertainment on the run. I am so excited. I know I'm always excited, but I'm so excited about this week's episode. It's very special. It's quintessentially New York. It is a special Sex and the City episode. It's been 20 years since Candace Bushnell first wrote the book that inspired the hit series for 6 seasons on HBO that we used to get and I used to watch in South Africa. So this one is all about that. So let's go. Thought I'd started off here in Central Park at the Jackie Kennedy Onassis Reservoir because many episodes took place where we would see Charlotte, the runner of the group, running along here. Miranda also trained for the New York City Marathon. Coming up to the boathouse, another fabulous scene. I love it, that moment when Carrie and Big fall into the water because she tries to dodge his kiss after they've just stopped and restarted their affair again. One of the first things I did the first time I ever came to New York was go on a Sex and the City tour. You get onto a bus with a whole lot of other girls, a couple of guys, and you go and see the sites and locations where they filmed so many of the episodes. And usually it starts here, the famous Plaza Fountain. One of the best episodes or scenes is when Carrie sees Big. He's at his engagement party to Natasha, the stick figure with no soul, and he comes and talks to her, and she quotes the line from The Way We Were, "Your girl is lovely, Hubble," and he doesn't know what she's talking about, but we do, right? The Paris Theatre, where Carrie takes herself out on a date, joy for 2 for 1. The Paris Theatre is now the only single screen cinema left in New York City since the Ziegfeld closed down, which used to be just around the corner. Oh, they are closed at the moment, but the Manolo Blahniks store here in Midtown, Sex and the City became synonymous with cosmopolitans and Manolo Blahniks, and the storyline went that Carrie spent about $40,000 on shoes until she couldn't afford to buy her apartment from Aiden, and apparently Carrie, Sarah Jessica Parker, got so comfortable wearing the stilettos over the 6 seasons and the 2 movies that she said she could run a marathon in them. Ha! I would like to see that. Sing the theme song, why not? Russian samovar. This is where the Russian, Alexander Petrovsky, brings Carrie Bradshaw on their first date in the middle of the night. This is actually owned by the real Alexander Petrovsky, played by very, very famous ballet dancer Mikhail Baryshnikov. He part owns this place. Fun fact, he's also a composer, and in many of the scenes that he's featured in Sex and the City, they used his own compositions. One of my favorite little hidden spots in New York, in the middle of the heart of the city, just outside, just behind Times Square. Gorgeous little hidden fountain. How calm. It is so humid. I probably should not have worn grey, but I love my Ferris shirt, so you know, I think vanity goes out the window when you are running. You're gonna get sweaty, you're gonna be hot. It's just part of the course. There are 6 seasons and 2 films. The first film was cool, second film I did not like at all, but in the first film we have a very pivotal moment here inside the public library. I'm in the library here and I come up and down these steps. I always think about the scene where Carrie and all of her bridesmaids are running down here and Big abandons her, leaves her, jilts her on her wedding day. In the film it goes that Carrie got the idea to have her wedding here at the library from returning a book, which would never have happened in real life because you can't really take out books from the main public library here in Bryant Park. Sushi Samba, where Samantha throws a drink in Richard Wright's face because he cheated on her. Magnolia Bakery. This place became very, very famous thanks to Sex and the City. Carrie and Miranda were talking about Aiden Shaw, her new crush, and you can have a cupcake from here. It's usually pretty packed. There are lots of great places to get cupcakes in New York, so if Magnolia's too busy, there are tons of other places you can go to. I was in a coffee shop the other day and this girl was watching a Sex and the City episode and I commented on it and she said, yeah, it had been a bad day and that's how she gets over her bad days. Even for me, if I can't sleep at night, I just put on an episode. O'Neill's. This is the bar that they used as scouts. It was the place that Steve and Aiden created in the wake of their breakups to Miranda and Carrie respectively. And I remember the first time when I came here on the tour, I remember thinking it looks so much smaller in real life than it did in the TV show, but I guess that's the magic of TV. And actually this back part is where Aiden and Carrie share a sweet, tender moment and some cake. I always was Team Aiden. 66 Perry Street. Carrie Bradshaw actually lived on the Upper East Side, 73rd Street, but all of the exteriors were shot here outside 66 Perry, which, as you can see, has become somewhat of a tourist spot. There is a sign that says, do not go on the staircase, and it asks you to also donate to help save the dogs and cats of NYC, which is pretty sweet. For the first 3 seasons of the Sex and the City series, they used to film the exteriors outside number 64, and then they moved to using this door front for the last 3 seasons because it was supposedly more fancier than next door to that, which I get it. Loads of amazing moments happened outside here. Carrie was always up and down the street, catching a cab or getting dropped off by a big town car. I love it so much. So I really hope you enjoyed this episode of Sex and the City. I hope you enjoyed this episode of The Rundown. If you did, please like it and let me know what your favorite episode of Sex and the City is. Were you a Carrie, a Miranda, a Samantha, Charlotte? I think I was definitely a Carrie. A little bit of a Samantha in there because I'm pretty cheeky sometimes. And also, if there's any other New York set sitcoms and shows, TV series that you'd like me to run to, let me know. Okay, bye.